He served his country with honor. A decorated Green Beret, the father of 3. But while he slept in his own bed, the person he trusted most pulled the trigger. What followed wasn't just murder. It was a calculated cover-up. A wife-turned-killer, parents caught in the lies, and a family torn apart forever. And the only reason we know the truth? Because of a secret recording made by the man she was having an affair with. This is the story of Jennifer Gledhill and the murder of Green Beret Matthew Johnson. To everyone who knew them, Jennifer Gledhill and Matthew Johnson had it all. They were the perfect family, living in $1 million home, raising 3 beautiful kids, aged 11, 7, and 5. Matthew was the real deal, a 51-year-old Green Beret in the Utah National Guard's 19th Special Forces Group. His fellow soldiers called him brilliant, reliable, the guy you could always count on. He'd served his country with honor for over a decade. And Jennifer, 42, played her part perfectly. The caring mother, the supportive military wife. Friends of Matthew described her as nice, a bit of a homebody. From the outside, their life looked like a dream. But behind the closed doors of that upscale home, the dream was a nightmare. A highly dysfunctional relationship was unraveling, and the cracks were starting to show. By July 2024, the word divorce was on the table. Then, in August, Jennifer took a drastic step. She filed for a protective order against Matthew, claiming she was afraid of her husband. But when they got to court, the judge saw a very different story. He looked at the videos Jennifer submitted as evidence, and what he saw wasn't a terrified wife. The commissioner, Russell Minus, noted that Jennifer appeared unafraid and equally confrontational. He read the text messages she sent to Matthew. They were brutal. The judge described them as repeatedly berating, belittling, and demeaning. It was almost like she was trying to provoke him into a violent reaction. On September 16, 2024, the protective order was dismissed. The judge ruled that no abuse had occurred. But he wrote something else, something that, in hindsight, is terrifyingly prophetic. He said their marriage was so dysfunctional it was bringing out the worst in the parties, and that a divorce should have been filed long before. He had no idea that Jennifer had already decided on a different way out, a way that would ensure a divorce would never be necessary. In the weeks before his death, Matthew was scared. His friends said he was so disturbed by Jennifer's behavior that he started sleeping at a National Guard facility just to feel safe. He knew it was over. He told a close friend, a retired guardsman named Kevin Thompson, that a divorce needed to happen. It was time to move on. But he never got the chance, because Matthew didn't know the whole truth. Jennifer wasn't just an unhappy wife. She was living a secret, double life. She was having an affair, an intense relationship that was consuming her. And then, on September 19th, just 2 days before everything would fall apart, Jennifer did something chilling. She met up with her lover, and she showed him something, a loaded Glock 19X pistol that she kept in their home. At the time, he probably thought nothing of it. Military families often have firearms, but prosecutors would later say this wasn't casual. It was calculated. Because at the same time, Jennifer was making other plans. She arranged for their 3 children to spend the night at her parents' house. The stage was being set. A confrontation was coming, and it was going to end in blood. September 20th, 2024. The night it all exploded. Matthew found out about the affair. Witnesses heard a furious argument ripping through the house. In her own confession, Jennifer said Matthew confronted her. yelling because he knew she'd been sleeping with someone else. Then, in the dead of night, silence. In the early hours of September 21st, as Matthew lay sleeping in their master bedroom, completely vulnerable, Jennifer made her move. She took his own 9mm handgun and shot him in the head as he slept. What she did next is the stuff of horror films. She put her husband's body into a rooftop storage container. She slid it down the stairs of their $1 million home and loaded it into their minivan. She smashed his phone. She drove his truck to a nearby neighborhood and just abandoned it. Then she drove north. With Matthew's body in the back, she buried him in a shallow, unmarked grave, a location that, to this day, remains a secret. When she got home, the cleanup began. It was methodical. She bleached the walls, used carpet cleaners throughout the bedroom, and she ordered a brand new mattress to replace the one soaked in her husband's blood. It arrived just 2 days later. She thought she had committed the perfect crime, but she was about to make her biggest mistake. On the night of September 22nd, just 1 day after the murder, Jennifer showed up at her lover's house, and she told him everything. She confessed to shooting Matthew in his sleep, disposing of the body, cleaning the crime scene. He noticed bruises on her body, and when he asked, she explained them away casually. She got them burying her husband. Imagine hearing that. The woman you're having an affair with just confessed to murdering her husband, with a chilling, casual calm. He was terrified, so terrified, that the next time they spoke on the phone, he secretly recorded her. And that's when she said those haunting words. "Wow. If you think I could even hurt a fly," she told him after he admitted he was scared of her. He wasn't a person anymore. He wasn't Matt. She was dehumanizing him, justifying the unthinkable. She even asked her lover not to think of her as a monster. The most insane part? This conversation happened before Matthew was even reported missing. 6 days later, on September 28th, Jennifer finally called the police to say her husband was gone. But it was too late. Her lover had the recordings. He had screenshots of their texts. And on October 2nd, he went to the police. He cracked the case wide open. When police searched the Johnson-Gledhill home, the story Jennifer had been telling fell apart. The house reeked of bleach. In the master bedroom, they pulled back the bed. And there it was, a huge blood stain on the carpet underneath. There was more blood on the bed frame slats, reddish-brown spots on the walls and blinds. And of course, the mattress was brand new, delivered just days after Matthew was killed. It was exactly what she had confessed to her lover. Police pulled her phone's GPS data. It was like a digital map of the crime. It showed her phone traveling to the exact spot where Matthew's truck was dumped. Then, it tracked her journey north, towards Davis County, precisely where she claimed she buried his body. On October 2nd, Jennifer Gledhill was arrested and charged with first-degree murder. But the web of lies was bigger than just her. Investigators discovered Jennifer's parents, Thomas and Rosalie Gledhill, were also involved. They claimed they were only at the house for a short time, but police found they had been there for over 5 hours during the cleanup period. Rosalie had purchased the new mattress, and her phone had been remotely wiped, erasing all data about her whereabouts. When police questioned her father, Thomas, he slipped up. He said, "I did not go in where the incident happened." He revealed he knew there was a crime scene without ever being told. The whole family was trying to cover it up. Jennifer Gledhill has pleaded not guilty to everything: murder, obstruction of justice, desecration of a human body, all of it. Prosecutors argue she is a significant danger and a flight risk, telling the court she told her lover she would shoot herself before going to jail. The judge agreed, and she remains behind bars, denied bail. But one crucial piece of this tragedy is still missing. Matthew Johnson. Months have passed. Extensive searches have covered multiple counties, stretching all the way to the Idaho border. Over 70 people, police, volunteers, and Matthew's own heartbroken military brothers have searched day and night. One of his friends said the fact that the search is now in its 5th month keeps them up at night. A vehicle storage container was found floating in water, and inside, investigators found Matthew's blood. It's more evidence against Jennifer, but it's not him. Somewhere in northern Utah, a devoted father and a decorated soldier lies in an unmarked grave. His family released a statement pleading for Jennifer or anyone to come forward with his location, just so they can properly lay him to rest. The prosecution's theory is simple and brutal. Jennifer killed Matthew because he discovered her affair. Rather than face a messy divorce, custody battles, and financial splits, she chose murder to be free with her new lover. 3 children have lost both of their parents. One to murder, and one to a prison cell. A family has been destroyed. A soldier who served his country has been denied a hero's burial. All of it, a trail of devastation left behind by one woman's selfish and cruel choices. Jennifer Gledhill's trial is set for December 2025. Maybe then more answers will come to light. But the biggest question may never be answered. How does a mother look at her children, knowing she murdered their father in his sleep, and then hid his body where they may never find him? How do you justify destroying so many lives just for an affair? What do you think? Let me know in the comments below.